Hello and welcome to another vinyl record update. This one is a little bit larger than my last couple of videos. It was a pretty big, substantial haul, filled with a lot of classical, some country, and some rock that I had seen a bunch of fellow YouTubers or people in the VC have. So I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I got. First step is the one and only Hank Snow. Very cool record. Love Hank Snow. Love old country. This one's definitely in that sort of vein. Definitely gives you maybe something, to me at least, closer to Buck Owens or even Hank Williams, kind of caught between those two sounds. But if you ever want to listen to something interesting, Hank Snow is the way to go. I picked this one up, and I was really excited. I've never actually seen one of his in the wild either, so I'm catching up on this. Luc Ponty, Upon the Wings of Music. This is I believe a later recording of his, maybe mid-period, I don't know. But I liked it. I like everything Luc Ponty puts out. It's always just massive and very jazzy and orchestra and everything put together. It's very cool. Started listening to him. Frank Zappa really got into that sort of fusion-y kind of music, and I loved him on anything Zappa ever did, and any jazz fusion kind of stuff he ever did afterward. This one is Johann Pachelbel, I believe is how you say it. Canon in D major. I had some of these records before, which I believe is MHS stereo, that is shown maybe in the last two videos. A lot of times if you consistently go to the same hunting grounds, you find a lot of stuff from the same record label, same collections, you just don't even know that's where they're coming from. This one, Debussy, Lemur, and Ravel Espinol, Boston Symphony Orchestra, Charles Munch. I believe I have some Charles Munch I've showed you guys already. So this one is definitely cool to have. This one's RCA Victrola. Very cool. This one was cool. Handle, music for fireworks, water music. Very interesting cover. Love the old-timey cover. Don't really know a whole lot about Neville Mariner, but sure to be a really cool record to listen to. This one is another one. I believe when I listened to it, it was soft jazz, but I picked it up and I liked it. Roland Vasquez, The Tides of Time. Even smells old. Smells like a yard sale. Strawberry Festival. But this one was pretty interesting. I really kind of like the smooth jazz touches that a lot of the 80s kind of represented. Definitely a different side of the time. Next one up. I picked this one up because I remember my mom listening to this quite a bit when I was younger. George Winston, she had like all of the different seasons and everything, and I love George Winston. It's definitely something you have to put on at the right kind of time. So another one coming up is Tommy Bolin, Private Eyes. I've never actually listened to this one all the way through that I can remember, but it's definitely interesting. Cover work for the time. Asian girls and Tommy Bolin, so should be interesting. I'll be putting that one on probably later on tonight. Oh, this one's good. Talking about Hank Snow and then going right into this. Buck Owens, roll out the red carpet. I've got a ton of Buck Owens. I don't have this one. It seems like I'm always just piecing together collections, you know. I never really have a grand slam as far as an entire collection. But this is definitely very cool. So I had to pick it up. You can't turn down Buck Owens whenever it comes up. You just can't. It's not possible. This one's another one in the smooth jazz vein. This is Dan Siegel. I would like to say that I enjoyed this one, because I have another one of his records, and every time I put it on, there's just something that holds me back from really getting into it, and I don't know what it is. I have a hard time even like caring to know. You know, you get to that point, you're like, yeah, I'm just not thinking it today. No. This one, for as much as I love Mike Oldfield, and as much as I love The Exorcist, me and my wife love horror movies. Like, if you think I'm a huge vinyl record collector, you should see how many horror movies I've watched. But I have never owned Tubular Bells in its entirety. I own the Exorcist soundtrack, but I never owned the original Tubular Bells. I don't have 2 or 3, and I definitely didn't have 1. So, but I've heard it like a million times, start to finish. You know, I own it on digital, is what I should say. I've never owned it on vinyl. And I think what got me was, you know, I was wondering, will it translate out on vinyl? I don't know. It sounds like one of those digital kind of records. It should probably stay digital. But obviously not. It sounded even better on vinyl. Everything sounds better on vinyl. I think it's starting to be not so much as a fact, so much as no matter what, it's just going to be in my head. Sounds better. A sickness, maybe? Is that what you call it? A sickness? We got another Dan Siegel. I don't know why these were out of order. Dan Siegel should have been Dan Siegel. But yet again, this is another one. I listened to it and I was just kind of like, meh. It's alright. It's nothing to write home about. Probably why nobody's ever heard of Dan Siegel, but if I see his music, I'll buy it just because I have more than 2, and that's what I do. I have a problem. I can't just have 1 or 2 things. I have to have it all. Started with Iron Maiden. The last one I had seen some guys on the community have, so I picked it up as soon as I seen it. And this is, I believe this is their self-titled. Slade. Slade. This is some glam rock for those of you who don't know what it is. It's glam rock from the 70s. 72 to be exact. Polydor. Right? Polydor. Produced by Chaz Chandler, even, you know, the famous Jimi Hendrix protege guy, guru thing. So I picked it up. I instantly enjoyed it. I love everything from that era. I just have so much of it now at this point, you know, it's kind of hard for me to listen to stuff and be like wowed by it, but this was actually really good, very good, kind of similar to a actual British version of New York Dolls, and apparently over there they're huge, like humongous, huge, like very, very, very popular. But never quite made it here in the States. I think maybe in the 80s they had a couple of hits, so definitely check them out if you see that record. If you got it as cheap as I did, all the power to you. I think I ended up paying like $1 for it, which was kind of amazing to me. So that's the end of that collection, and I can't wait to show you guys more. Definitely want to kind of get out there. Since I've had the new job, I haven't really had a whole lot of time to go down and pick up new vinyl records. You know, definitely one I had on order was Woe Fat. You know, I definitely wanted to get that. I definitely wanted to get another album that I reviewed, and I never bought the vinyl for it. You know, I had it on digital. Was, you know, Conan's Revengeance, and there's just so much stuff out there. Like Conan has a split with Slowmatics that I really want to get, picture disc. So I'm probably going to be ordering that. I had mentioned on my Facebook page, at some point I kind of want to move really into the whole sludge metal kind of area of YouTube, or the VC, or, you know, the guys that do music reviews. I feel like there's a lot of guys that kind of stick to black metal, death metal, 80s metal, maybe overall metal, you know, but it never seems as though there's like this overwhelming, or this guy that does only sludge or doom metal. So I kind of really wanted to show you guys that sort of thing, and be that guy. You know, that's really what I'm into as far as rock and metal goes, is the sludgier 70s, more retro sounding, even so heavy it just blows your mind, like Electric Wizard, Candlemass, or Conan. You know, that's really my area, other than classical music, at least in my own mind. I don't know where my area is, and if you guys know any YouTubers out there that are really into that sort of thing, please tell me. I'd love to watch them. I know Lord Doom Paul obviously has Doom in his name, so hopefully we'll be seeing more of that pretty soon from him, and I'd love to see him do a couple of reviews. Maybe we can match him up and sort of do that sort of thing. So as always, thank you so much for watching our videos. Please leave a comment below, and feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!